Okay, let's talk about staging the property. And this really is the responsibility of the co host. Now, we know that not all co hosts can check every property every time, but you really should be trying to check the property before the new guests check in. Okay, so after the housekeeping have been there, it is the responsibility of the co host to make sure the property looks perfect. It's kind of that double checking of the cleaning and those type of things. Now, if you can't come to that, and we have some of our co-hosts that are out of the city that they're in, then the housekeeper needs to send you photos to show that the property is properly staged. Now, staging isn't something that takes an hour to do. It usually only takes 5 to 7 minutes to stage a property. And let's just go through some of the things that we're looking for. And some of these things don't take any time at all. Number one is that the property should smell good. Okay, so it should smell clean. I like to have those diffuser type air fresheners with a nice citrus smell. Most people like citrus, where some people are turned off by vanilla or lavender, but universally, everybody kind of will say citrus means clean. So a nice diffuser one, if we don't have them, go out and buy them, and then make sure that every property should have a nice diffuser citrus smell. So when you walk in the door, it smells nice. Okay, and then the linens and stuff. Let's go into the bedroom. So the bed should be perfectly made. Again, with those 4 pillows on there. If 2 people sleep in the bed, there should be 4 pillows. They should be stacked up nicely. All the linen should be nice and crisp. Not wrinkly mess. But I mean, not. It doesn't have to be wrinkle free 100%, but it should be nice and smooth and looking good. And then the towels for each guest should be stacked on the end of each bed on top of that throw. Remember, each bed also has a throw blanket on it as well. So then you have the stack of those 3 towels for each guest on the end of the bed. Most guests are trained that this is where they look to find their towels, is usually on the end of the bed. Okay, going into the kitchen, we should have, like I said before in the essentials, the cutting board should be out with usually the cooking essentials on it, so the guest knows where to find them. You can just set it all like you're setting up a nice little centerpiece or something. The oil should be there, the salt and pepper should be there, and probably the coffee products as well. And there should be a welcome basket. Every guest should get a welcome basket. There should be maybe a liter or 2 liters of water in the refrigerator, so bottled water in the refrigerator, and then some treats, some candy bars or some chips or something, some snacks. I don't really like things like breads or fruits or those type of things that might go bad, because you might set this all up for the next guest, and the next guest might not arrive for another week, if that happens. So make sure that there are products in the welcome basket that doesn't require any refrigeration, or they don't go bad over time. So there should be a welcome basket there. Okay, moving into the bathroom, you just double check to make sure everything's nice and clean. The toilet lid should be closed so you don't come in and see into a toilet. And, toilet papers are all there, the 3 rolls like we talked about. The mirror is nice and streak free, and everything looks nice. The drain in the shower is nice and clear and clean, and all the faucets and shower mixers and all those things, they're all spot free. Okay, and some of our properties have brass in there, and brass needs to be cleaned a few times a year because it likes to tarnish. But it should be everything should be nice and clean in the bathroom. And then going out to the living room, just double checking that everything is where it should be. The remote controls are where they need to be. The pillows are all nice and fluffed on the sofa, and everything is ready to go. That's essentially what it is. Now, like I talked about, some of these things like having the right smell in there from the diffusers, that takes no time. It's just always going to be there. So just a quick walkthrough, make sure everything's okay, and make sure there's a nice welcome basket there for our guests, and everything's arranged in the kitchen so the guest knows what's there. And now the property is properly staged for the next guest, and they will come in and they'll smell something nice. They will see everything is there, and they'll be nice and happy, and it'll be wonderful. Because if you start off right, everything's good after that. Okay, you start off wrong, and we've all been here enough to know if a guest has a bad check-in experience, they can be a really hard guest, and by all means, it's our fault for a while. So follow that for staging. Okay.